Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Joy and today I chose to use our Animal Oracle deck, and we're going to be pulling some animal cards here to help you on anything that you're having that's troubling you, whether that's just the fears, you're having fears, or you're having so much anxiety, and maybe you're having a lot of inside tension that you need to release, and you're not quite sure how to release it in a more in a positive way other than hashing or lashing out at someone. You may be even feeling a little more tired than usual, which is very common at this time. I believe everybody is feeling a little drained, a little tired. There's a lot of chaotic stuff going on. There's a lot of energy here on the earth right now with fires and floods and hurricanes, tornadoes. There's a lot of energy buzzing around the whole world. And even if you don't live in one of those areas, you're still filling up. You're still feeling and getting the vibes of all that energy that nature, Mother Nature, the earth, everybody is putting out. And that's a lot of energy, and that can be becoming overwhelming. So if you're feeling a little more tired than usual, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just what's going on in the world today, and it's a way that your body wants to help cleanse you and prepare you for the, let's just say, I don't want to say the new earth, but for the new things that are going to be happening around. A lot of new, the land, let's just say, the land is changing, right? The land is changing. The seasons are changing. So if you're feeling a little troubled or depressed about all that, and you're having fears of how you're going to transform or have this transition into this new energy that's going to be flying around and floating around in our skies, in our world, on our land. Let's just see what animals are coming forward to help us or help you get through any of those troubles or challenges or fears that you may have. I'll be pulling a couple cards, so maybe just one animal has an answer for you to help you transition through your troubles, through these challenges, and through this change. So the first card that we have is Slow and Steady Wins the Race. Okay, so this turtle is coming through. He's saying slow and steady wins the race. Okay, so some of you may be a little more spiritual than others and are understanding the vibrations and all this energy and all this static that's going through you. You know how to work through it. You know how to work through it. You know how you're experiencing a little higher vibration than usual, normal, and that is something that's telling you, okay, I'm going to just go steady with this. I'm going to just appreciate myself, and I'm going to work through this. And then for some of you that may be just now starting to open up and to realize spiritual senses of your own self. You may be hearing more clearly, seeing, smelling, tasting, feeling more clearly. And if it's giving you troubles and you're feeling overwhelmed with that, take the energy from this turtle that's slow and steady will win the race. You will be coming out. You will be coming out of your shell, let's say. You'll be coming out of your shell. You are going to just need to take one step at a time. Just do one small thing to help the spirituality and help the energy that's being stored within you, that's maybe giving you some troubles, making your heart beat fast, not being able to sleep, bringing you in fears. The turtle is saying to just take one little step at a time. Something is giving you fear. look up that word that's bringing you that fear and learn a little more on that. That's just one step at a time. And as you progress with learning about that fear or what's bringing you the anxiety, you know, perhaps you were just in a storm, a tornado or a hurricane. Every time the wind starts blowing or you start to see dark clouds, you're starting to get a little anxiety. That this turtle's telling you to take it slowly. To take it slowly. Don't worry and hold it in. Don't hold it in. To take a step slow. Take a step slowly to release it. To release it so you may overcome it again. You may overcome not worrying about if the clouds are getting dark, the wind's starting to blow. Oh no, here it comes again. You should be aware. Be aware of your surroundings more and just take it one day at a time. Take a step, because slowly you will win this race of these fears and anxieties you have upon that. Okay? So let's go ahead. We're going to pull another card here and see what this animal has to say. Tend to the small things. Now you see, this little mouse is coming in just with what I was saying about the turtles, telling you to slow and steady wins that race, to take it at a slow pace. This little mouse, tend to the small things. So again, if you're having a lot of anxieties, a lot of troubles, you're having a lot of challenges, tend to something that is small. Tend to part of it that is very minute, very small. Don't worry about the bigger picture. Don't worry about I'm trying to think of an example here. Let's just say your living room, your living space is a mess. Okay. Don't just sit there and say, oh my gosh, I've got papers over here. Oh, look how dusty this is over here. There's toys all over the floor. Oh, my cat puked a hairball over here, or something like that. You don't sit there. Don't sit there in the center of that room and look around. Tend to one small thing at a time. What is the most important thing in that clutter of your space there that you can tend to, that will help you feel good about yourself or about yourself and not bring you on that tension. So first thing you may want to do is you may want to get a paper towel and pick up that hairball and toss it in the garbage, put it down the toilet, whatever you want to do. And that's tending to the small things, and it's also taking one step at a time. And that's how to deal with the challenges and changes and the energies that are all around, is just by tending to the small things and take one step at a time to get that whole room clean, or that whole challenge, or the whole challenge that you're going through. You have to take small steps. You don't want to be overwhelmed, because all that overwhelming is going to be bringing you more stress, making your heart beat faster. It's bringing on unnecessary tension to you, in other words. Porcupine. Porcupine is coming through. He has all these quills. These porcupines have all these quills on their back. And it says that it's time for a beginner mind. So as I was saying earlier, if you feel as though you're starting to awaken to more spiritual aspects of what's going on in the world, it's a time for the beginning mind. You might be like, oh my gosh, I'm hearing more clearly on things. Take that as a transition, but go ahead and move slowly with it. Don't let that overhearing, your hearing, scare you. Don't be frightened of it. There's no reason to be frightened of it. You just have to, learn how to absorb it and, push it, push it out and just have to learn how to absorb it. Uh, well, Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide, and let the Spirit, final card here is let the Spirit be your guide, okay? If you're hearing, if you're sensing stuff like I've been saying, and maybe you're starting to open up, and maybe you haven't sensed things before, and now you are starting to begin to sense things, that's your higher self, your soul, your intuition. Let it guide you. Don't be frightened of it. Don't step away and huddle in a corner. Don't huddle in a corner and put out these quills and open up these quills and like you're ready to just push everything away, push it all away. Don't be frightened to push it away. This hawk, he wants to bring you that spirit. He's flying in, he's soaring in with the spirit to help you come over this anxiety and to help, he's kind of like, I was saying now that there's so much static and energy around in the world. This hawk is riding those currents of all that energy and static that's going on all around the world here. The hawk is coming in. I'm going to say it again. He's coming in and he's riding those currents. He's letting you know that there's spirit, that your spirit, and other spirits, you're starting to learn, and you're starting these new communication skills, which is probably kind of like wearing you down, making you feel more tired, because the more energy that you're trying to absorb so much energy with all this changes going on in the world, that you just have to take your time. You have to take one step at a time. No one is any better or any worse than anybody else. You just have to try to learn how to embrace this energy and how to use it in a positive way. This reading is not turning out the way I thought it would turn out. Obviously, no. Yeah, I'm saying that because, I thought this was going to be something. I thought this was going to be something totally different. Come on, pull some animal cards, talk about the troubles that may be troubling you. But this just seems to be going on now. The way that I'm seeing this and the way I'm feeling about this message, this video, is just to let everybody know out there, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. Everybody's having troubles. Everybody's having anxieties and troubles, frustrations and fears, and feeling challenged with so many changes that are going on. But if you can just kind of like not just sit back. I mean, you're going to have to, do put a little effort into it, but, just take one little minute thing at a time. Tend to the small things. Tend to the small things. Slow and steady will win with these challenges, with these fears that you're having, right? And this beautiful little, it's time. It is time. There's a new beginning happening for everybody. So, take the message here from the spirit, and soar through all this energy and find out what energy that you can absorb to make yourself, to make your life, and I'm going to just say, in these challenging times, in this transition that the world is going through, take that one little spark from spirit that's meaningful to you, that has come through for you. All right? So if you would like, you can look up the animal totems or the animal power animals of the hawk. You know, they have beautiful hearing, right? They're beautiful hearing, beautiful sight. They are a daytime predator, so, you know, maybe during the day, uh, you know, you're going to be able to hear and see more clearly on something throughout the days coming up. Look up the hawk, the porcupine. Beautiful porcupine's putting out his quills. Porcupines love to dance. I know it sounds crazy, but they love to dance. They do a beautiful little dance. So, you know, be a little more carefree. You know, be a little more carefree in this new fresh beginning that may be coming towards you, feeling this month of September. And then we have the turtles. Slow and steady wins the race. Ride those currents of the ocean. You know, go slow and steady. Stay down deeper. Go dive deep down. Go deep diving, you know, and stay with the currents that are under the ocean. You know, you don't need to come up. You don't need to come out and up and see all the chaos, see all those big waves and emotions that are flying through. Take your time. Go steady if you need to. No need to rush and try to overcome something that you're just not prepared for, you're not ready to accomplish yet. And of course the little mouse, you know, look up the mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. Tend to the small things. Go find the little mouse. We'll go find a little crumb. A crumb is a meal for this mouse, right? Tend to the small things. Clear the chatter, clear the clutter. Tend to the small things. Sweep your floor, you know, sweep the floor. You've got crumbs on the floor, sweep your floor. Like we were talking about, you know, the dust and the hairball and the magazines or the papers laying around. You know, tend to the small things. Tend to the small things. It'll make the bigger picture more glorious and wonderful for yourself. All right, thank you. Bye.